In a day, she was a beautiful truck, Bedford. She's clocked up a few miles, and if you can see that on the clock there, probably not. And they are miles, they're not kilometres. She went up to 70 miles per hour, but I doubt it. Now she's a house truck. She's got a loft bedroom, which is right up on the front there. And we go through this native bush, and at the back you can see the whole side of it. And I bought this house truck. I drove it here from Mapua, so my daughter would have a place to live. Because the old house, the farmhouse here, was just unlivable. She could no longer live there for various reasons, and she stayed in this for a while. It was great having her. I just thought it'd be a cool place today to have a talk to you guys about stuff. And what I want to talk about today is responding rather than reacting. Being a YouTuber, I've learnt the importance of responding and not reacting, because you get some horrible comments from time to time. They've become, actually, these days, not so horrible. I don't know what it is. I've been blessed, or maybe the filter is just they're not coming through. But it's been a while since I've had any of the horrible ones. Maybe I'm behaving myself better. I don't know what it is. But in the past, when I first started, I would really react. Something like, "You stupid bastard! That's not the way you hold your knife, or you sharpen your knife, or you do this, or you do that." And I used to just jump on it and be really pissed off. And then I realised after a while that by reacting, I was just giving those people that were hitting me with a comment something negative. And quite often they were just trying to be helpful. They might have been trying to show me the right way to do something. And I gave up trying to be right all the time a long time ago, when I realised how wrong I am on so much that I do. And I made peace, and I surrendered to being wrong. And I have a saying now, you might quite often hear me say, I'm quite prepared to be wrong on this, because I know that I'm often wrong. I put my ego aside, and I found that doing this, I've actually learned more stuff and gained a whole lot more wisdom about all sorts of things, about hunting, fishing, gardening, working on my truck, music, being a dad, everything. And these days I'm very prepared to be wrong at any moment. I'll admit that I'm wrong, and I have no problem with it, because I realise it's impossible to be right all the time. Sometimes I am right, and that's good, but quite often I'll stuff it up. So these days I never react, like get really pissed off and let it push my buttons. Occasionally things do push my buttons. I'll give an example. I had a video with my ducks in it, and I was really gutted because one of them died, and it already got out of its shell. I'd seen it that morning, and it died 6 hours later. And somebody wrote a comment in bold writing, like shouting, capitals: "Bullshit! You never picked the shell off the duck's eggs. You picked it off, and that's why it's died. I can't watch anymore." And I let that affect me, because I thought, you prick. First of all, calling me a bullshit artist. I didn't bullshit. I guarantee 100% on the life of my daughter that I did not pick that shell. I saw it hatch out, and it was one of the few that lived. And secondly, the ones that did live were the ones I did pick out of the shell. They would have died because I was dumb and didn't put water over the shells in the last week. And that's why they didn't hatch out. But point being is, I felt myself react. And I got caught up in it for a moment. I thought, still all these years, here I am late all these years, and I'm reacting about probably some kid that doesn't even know shit. And here I am reacting. You dummy. Clay, you dummy. And I had a chuckle to myself. I did comment about what the truth was, but these days I don't really feel the need to justify myself. Sometimes I don't even just answer those comments. I've learned a lot about myself through having a YouTube channel. It's taught me a lot about stuff that isn't as good about myself as I thought it was. And that's humbling. And I've learned a lot. I've been schooled by a lot of patrons. The people that have schooled me the most have actually been my patrons, believe it or not. And these are people that pay to watch me, and often they're the ones that are teaching me what to do. And that's also very humbling. And I'm very honoured to have people like that in my circle. The lesson today is, or the moral of the story is, don't ever react in a situation. Think about it and then respond after you've thought carefully about it without your emotions attached. Easier said than done, particularly when it's something that's personal, and particularly when it's something if you've worked really hard at it and someone says something really negative, and you put your heart and soul into it, and then someone just flips something negative. Just slow down a bit, because we have no idea the person who's making the comment, if it's on social media, and they haven't got their face and they haven't got their real name behind it. So for all we know, it's a child who's just like hasn't developed yet. When it's somebody that we know that says it straight to our face, then we can deal with it differently. If it's an adult, we can say, well, mate, that's your opinion, and I completely disagree with it. I'm not offended by it, but you're wrong as far as what I can see, and these are the reasons why. Rather than fuck you, and make a really negative thing about it, I think there's a better way to act with everything that we do most of the time. When something happens like a car crash, people really react badly because they're traumatized and they go to their primitive brain. Adrenaline's flooding their muscles and then it's moving away from their brain into their internal organs. The fight or flight mode's getting switched on and they'll do things and say things. And this is why road rage is so bad, because people are definitely reacting rather than responding. And it's so stupid. It could be something like where traffic's merging a zip line and there's one car that's about to merge and the guy pulls in front, so he's already like filled the gap when he shouldn't have, and the person behind gets road rage and ends up down the road getting out and smacking him, and he smacks him back, and then it's an escalated fight and someone pulls a knife and next minute someone's dead. It happens. So to brothers today on the Bro Check Club, check on yourself. This is a self-bro check. Not checking on a brother. You can check on a brother. In fact, I'd love you to check on a brother if it's someone who's struggling in any way. Check on anybody that's struggling in any way. But also check on yourself. Check that you are responding to every situation in your life rather than reacting. And you'll be sweet as, bro. Go steady. Catch you in the next video. See you later.